So we've got a Mini Cooper here, F56. We can upgrade the tail light to the Union Jack style. Here's a Union Jack style tail light. It's a bit of an upgrade, really nice upgrade. Right, so pop the cover open. Pull the harness out, there'll be a clip on the back. Push it down and pull up. Right, for test purposes, we're going to plug the harness into the tail light. So testing the functionality. Indicator's working, brake light's working, reverse brakes have been tested and all working. Right, let's pop the side lights on and see how that goes. Everything was, apart from the actual tail light illumination, which is usually on the Union Jack symbol there. So what is required is some pin extraction from the original harness, as this vehicle is the halogen version and not the LED version. So I have already gone ahead, I've done this on the left side, and as you can see, the LED illumination across the Union Jack itself is now illuminating. So on the next step, I'll show you what I did with the actual harness itself. So here's the taillight harness, the halogen version. So from here, you can see that pin 5 is actually missing. So this is actually a 5-wire harness. And what we will have to do is actually remove pin 1 and slot it into pin 5. Section here, and grab one section here, and you literally just pull. Now remove the housing. That's it. You just need to literally slightly pull it out so it's onto the second groove, and then that will give you access to pull the pins out. So what we'll have to do next is on pin 1, slightly push that little clip down there on pin 1, and we'll have access to pull the pin out from the back. So you could do this by using a screwdriver, flathead. So pushing this section down with the flathead, I slightly pulled it on this end, and I had leeway, so now the pin itself can come out. So when reinstalling the pin into slot 5, you want to make sure that the pin is going in the right direction. So as you can see from the grooves, the top end is where the release section is, so you want to make sure that it's actually going in the right way. So as you can see, it lines up, and now I can slot it in. Installed it, I re-wrapped the wire from the bottom to take stress away from the actual pin itself, and then I push it in, and you should hear a little click, and now that is in slot and in place. And now I can push this back in the slot, back in the groove on, and now it's all locked in, and just put the housing cover back on, and it's ready to go. Forgot to mention, you can put the rubber seal back in the slot one. It should only click in smoothly in one direction. So the release side should be away from the actual visibility side of the pins. So that is now ready. Pins in, grommets in, and now it's ready to go into the tail light. You won't be able to see, but when you do reinstall the harness, make sure this side clips in to this little notch here, and that will secure the harness into the tail light. And there you have it, guys. Union Jack is now illuminating. However, I have noticed that the indicators are flickering, which I did expect to happen with them being LEDs. It's a voltage monitoring. So with them being LEDs, you're pulsing. So what we'll have to do, we'll have to code the car. We'll have to disable the voltage monitoring to allow that to stop flickering, which will be done next. And we'll have to remove the error message that's coming on the dash saying that the tail light is actually not illuminating. So that is next to go. No, the actual lights are working and functioning, we have to remove the tail light. So on this model, the silver chrome trim actually does come off. So behind this section, we can actually pull this out, and we'll have some T20 Torx bits across here, I believe, and around the actual tail light, which we'll have to remove to take this off. So a good place to start the pry will be from up here. So what I did is put the pry tube through there, fed it through the side, and then I fed it through the other side, and then it slowly worked my way around, and it'll come off. And there we have it. Torx bit there, Torx bit there, and a Torx bit there. So that's 3 Torx bits that will to remove the tail light. Right, tail light was not coming out, so doing a little sort of investigation on the new ones, I noticed that there's 2 clips on the bottom, and that's one there on one name. So what we'll have to do, that's on the bottom, so we'll have to feed our hand in through the back, grab those clips and squeeze them, which will release this, and then we can pull it out. Once both tabs released, the inner one coming closer to me, that side of the clip was a bit tricky, so small hands will help, but yeah, you can eventually get it out. So unclip and the tail light comes. In reverse the insulation, so reverse what we did. So yeah, push it in, it will clip in due to the clip, so we'll push it in, it will clip in, and then we'll apply the torque screws across the 3 edges. Right guys, just a little heads up, when reinstalling this, make sure that the screw is actually lining up with the slot itself. Lightly tap them in, and then by corner to corner you tighten them up, and that'll secure it in, and then the chrome border, just clip that on. Applying the chrome border, you've got these diagonal side brackets here on the inner side, so you want to sort of level them up diagonally, make sure they're on the actual groove and slot of your tail light, and then you'll clip them. So just when putting them in, just make sure that each side is actually clipped in. You hear it clip on each side. And that's in there, so that's one side done. Time for the next. Just some information guys, make sure that the foam grommet is actually around the tail light when installing it, to prevent the liquid from the outside from actually getting into the car. And there you go guys, they're in. As you can see, they are flickering, which is a voltage monitor, so that I will have to code out. But yeah, Union Jack retrofit, looking awesome. Right, up next with the OBD, I'll be using BimmerCode to wipe the error codes and the voltage monitoring. So let's check if all the lights are functioning. Hazards are on, ignition is on. Let's get it in reverse. Brilliant, all functioning. That's reverse, indicators, illumination, and this is brake. However, I can't really show it when I put my foot on the brake as I'm by myself, but yeah, all is working. And there you have it guys, Union Jack style retrofit tail lights.